What's going on, guys? Anthony here, and I would like to let you all know what's been going on. So first and foremost here, before we even get into the nitty-gritty of this video, the meat and potatoes, if you will, I do want to say I'm going to be doing this commentary just out of character. It's just going to be me speaking to you guys normally, and I'm just going to let you guys know what's up, what's been going on, and what I've been dealing with for the past month. And I also want to apologize for anyone I worried. I understand that staying silent and changing my profile picture and not informing you guys what's up, it's pretty worrying, I admit, but I do have a pretty good reason. You know, I saw Nero's comment section, people even saying, did Activision get BT or something? But it wasn't that, first and foremost. I just want to put that out there. It was not that at all. It was actually something a little bit scarier, a little bit worse than that, which I will go into in just a second. And I also want to talk about the future of this channel, what's been going on, and what I plan on doing. But let's just get right on into the meat and potatoes here, because I do have a lot I want to get off my chest. So first things first here, guys, I just gotta be real as fuck with you. I can't even lie. I gotta be 100% honest, because I don't view you guys as my viewers or my fans. I view you guys as my friends. I'm incredibly lucky to be able to do what I do and make money from it, and just have done it for as long as I have. I truly am. So first and foremost, I'm going to give you guys a little verbal hand job there and just say, I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support on the channel and stuff like that, and even worrying about me and all that. I appreciate it. But I got to be honest with you. After last month's set of videos, I was so fucking burnt out, and I hated what I was doing. I have not felt that way since I started, really. In some capacity, I've either been on YouTube or I've been streaming, and I've loved pretty much every fucking second of it, truth be told. But I can't even lie to you. After last month, and really just this entire year of 2026, already, I just really haven't enjoyed what I've been doing. And it's not your guys' fault. It's not. And I'm sure you've looked around or you felt this. In the comment section below, please just let me know how you're feeling about the whole thing. But I mean, I have seen just the lowest amount of interest, the lowest amount of hype, the lowest amount of views for my peers and whatnot, and any YouTuber that says views don't matter, well, I hate to break it to you, but they're fucking lying. They do matter. They're a good gauge of viewer interest. Now, if you're like me and you watch other Call of Duty focused channels or Battlefield focused channels, you know what I'm saying is true. The views and the interest and all that stuff, it's just nowhere to be fucking seen this year. I've seen Call of Duty at some fucking lows, man. I've even seen Battlefield at some lows with 2042, for example. But this just takes the cake. I mean, it's seen in the player counts for the games on Steam. They continue month after month to post record low numbers. The news really isn't there because Activision has personally gone after leakers, so there's not even discourse there to build hype for the game. They're killing their own advertising, but they're too stupid to see it. This is a legitimate chart for Call of Duty throughout the year of 2025. As you can see, they are, well, they were in November, which it's no doubt much lower than what you're seeing in November here. But they went from 36 million players to 18 million players across their platforms. And that has undoubtedly dropped even further than that. The vibe I am getting personally, because I have felt this way since Black Ops 7 and since Season 1 of Battlefield 6, the vibe is that no one cares. It's complete and utter apathy. It's worse than just people being angry and wanting something better. They've given up. Like, they've given up on this genre, this arcade multiplayer genre, which I unfortunately cover on this channel. It completely burned me out because I'm right there with you guys. I don't give a fuck. I just don't. I can't lie to you about it. I don't care. So I just wanted to take some time off and recharge my batteries and get unburnt out. Unfortunately, I couldn't even do that. I had some fucking issues with the channel, and there were some phone calls and some weird fucking text messages and all sorts of drama. And I genuinely felt the security of the channel was at risk. Like, I legitimately almost lost access to the channel. And that's a good segue into this video's sponsor. I'll let you guys know more after the break. It is 2026 and it is time to get a VPN. That's why this video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Guys, you need to be safe when you are browsing the web. And all the creepy people spying on you like Mark Zuckerberg. Well, ExpressVPN hides your activity from ISPs and third parties by encrypting 100% of your traffic and masking your IP address. ExpressVPN also lets you bypass geo restrictions and censorship. This is a thing in my state. It might be in your state as well. And if you're across the pond, God help you. But with ExpressVPN, you could just say, I don't want to deal with any of that and get access to things maybe blocked in your country, websites blocked in your country. Internet censorship should not be a thing in 2026, but unfortunately, it is. ExpressVPN will help you circumvent that, though, and get you where you want to go, whether you're surfing the web or browsing Netflix. So guys, if you are currently not using a VPN, now is the time to start. Find out how you can get up to 4 extra months by clicking the link in the description box below or scanning the QR code on the screen. If you purchase a 1 or 2 year plan through my link directly, you will directly support the channel. So if you like the content I provide you, consider doing that. All right, guys, welcome back to the video. Like I said at the end there, if you get an ExpressVPN membership, it'll directly support the channel, and I really do think you should, not even as a sponsored segment. It's not safe out there. There's a lot of bad actors, a lot of things trying to scam you out of your money. I'm sure you get tons of spam emails. Just check that, for example. But I'm going to talk about my experience and why I was gone for a month and why I didn't talk a lot during that time right now, and let's just get right on into it. So, where do I start with this story here? Let's cue some creepy music. Around the start of April, I'm like, man, I'm burnt out. I just want to take about, I don't know, a week or two off, preferably 2, and just clear my head, you know? Just clear my head and have fun and talk to my friends and actually do some fun stuff. You know what I'm saying, though, right? Well, unfortunately, right when April started, that's when the shit kind of hit the fan. Now, what am I talking about? Well, I started getting just these weird text messages, weird phone calls, and I don't really know why. And maybe this is a thing going around right now. You know, maybe like there's just a bunch of people trying to scam people and fuck with their shit due to data breaches and whatnot. It could be that, but the point is that immediately, I'm like, all right, I'm ready for my vacation. I'm ready for my break. And then this shit starts fucking happening. What am I talking about? Well, I started getting these weird spam calls from like local numbers only. So it looks like maybe someone I know or like my doctor's office or whatever. And it's just constant. I'm talking like 5 to 10 calls per day, every single day from slightly different numbers, just calling me nonstop. So I had to change my phone settings and like make it so unknown numbers just flat out don't ring and go to spam. So I did that and I'm like, well, that was pretty fucking annoying, but whatever. But then I started getting these weird text messages. And I mean, I'll let this speak for itself, but just look at this. And I'm thinking in my head, like maybe this is a way to verify that my number's active and they can, you know, spam it or whatever. So far, it's annoying, but it's not really malicious, but it's definitely like just pissing me the fuck off, dude. I'm trying to take a vacation. My phone's fucking buzzing, making all these noises. I'm getting all these phone calls randomly, and like I never really had issues with spam calls and stuff like that. So I'm not sure what's going on. But unfortunately, I feel like replying to that text message caused a bunch of bullshit to happen. I actually got a text, and I did not screenshot this, and I didn't screenshot a few of these things that I'm going to show you because at the time, I'm just concerned about what the fuck is going on. One of the text messages, I marked these as spam, and they kind of disappeared from my phone, so I don't have access to them, so just give me the benefit of the doubt here. One of them was saying I had some kind of parking ticket I needed to pay or whatever. Another one was saying some other bullshit, kind of similar to that, but I can't quite remember. Another one just showed like a picture of my house. And I'm pretty sure they got that off Google Maps or something, you know, or like, I don't really know. The point is everything's kind of fucking weird, right? And it's annoying, it's pissed me off, and this is on top of the egregious amount of spam calls per day. So I'm thinking like, what in the hell is going on? And some incredibly sketchy, weird shit started happening then. Unfortunately, again, I didn't screenshot this stuff because in the moment, I am not trying to fuck with it. So just take my word for it or whatever, or don't. It doesn't really matter. But what happened was I got a notification that someone was trying to log into the YouTube channel, and I got this weird fucking pop-up on my phone. I've never had this before that said something to the effect of, "Are you sure you want to change the password," or something like that, with this device or something like, or this account. I can't quite remember what it said. But of course I hit no. But if I were like waking up and I was sleepy, I didn't see what was going on, I might have just hit yes to clear it. I think that's why that was sent early in the morning. If I remember correctly, it was sent very early in the morning, so I'd wake up and see it. I don't know, man. The point is, some incredibly sketchy fucking stuff happened. And I had this happen to my Twitter account, which is why it doesn't exist anymore, where somebody hacked into it. And I lost access to it because Twitter support it's non-existent, you know? So, yeah, I just didn't bother making another one because they were kind of doing me a favor anyway. Twitter's a toxic shithole. So whatever, dude. But that reminded me of that. So whenever the weird stuff just started happening with my number, and I'm like, is my number leaked out somewhere? I had the foresight to change the YouTube profile picture in case something happened and I lost access to the account because I don't really have any other social media, as you guys know. Luckily, though, I had the foresight to change my profile picture when I got some weird comments and a weird email. Some of my viewers were saying I uploaded a video, but I did not, and then it got removed. And this was right at the start of April. Right when that happened, and I was getting the weird phone calls and stuff, I was like, yeah, something's going on. Maybe somebody has access to the channel. Maybe they're trying to get access to the channel and do something with it. I don't fucking know, but that's really not normal. And what I did was this. I put up a coded message. Now, this isn't a message where I'm just outright changing my avatar to say I was hacked or something's wrong or whatever, with plain words where some hacker could see that and potentially change that. I decided to code it a little bit, and anyone with a keen eye could see what I'm trying to do. It's a cipher that just says, "they got me." It translates to "they got me" if you match the numbers with the letters and use that kind of decoder. So, yeah, that's what I did. And I figured if someone did hack into the channel, then you guys would at least know it's bullshit and word would spread or whatever. So, yeah. Now, I didn't want to outright say again in a post like, "Hey, guys, channel might get hacked or whatever. Watch the fuck out." But I've seen Nero's channel get hacked. Maybe you guys remember this, but someone hacked into his channel, and YouTube support, it took them weeks to get his shit back. And in the meantime, they're posting these they're doing these AI streams of Elon Musk offering people money or whatever. And mainly, I did this not to scare you guys. It's not an ARG or whatever. No, this was real shit. Some real shit was happening, and the channel almost got hacked, essentially. And I wanted to let you guys know, for the keen viewers out there, because you guys are not dumb, you're very smart. I said, like, hey, people can figure this out. If something happens with the channel and I'm not around to tell anyone, and I don't have social media to tell anyone with the channel, they'll figure it out. So thankfully, nothing got hacked. I left the profile picture up just in case, but I mean, I did take other precautions too after all this stuff, changed all passwords, updated security, yada yada. Now, the conspiracy theory that people are probably going to write in the comments is, does Activision have anything to do with this? I really don't think so. No, there's just so many scammers out there, so much bullshit out there. They're shutting down the leakers, and I'm sure they would love to shut my stuff down, but the fact of the matter is I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm just reporting the news, essentially. I'm just giving my opinion on things. I don't know, man. The trillion-dollar company definitely has a thin skin, but is it so thin they would try to take out a YouTuber's channel through, like, actual illegal means? I don't think so. But I did see something in one of Nero's videos recently which made me kind of second-guess that. And I'm just gonna show you guys this. I'm not gonna elaborate on it. Again, I don't think they did anything. But it does put a doubt in my mind that maybe they are capable of doing something like that. So check this out.
Nowadays, it's the wild freaking west, and speaking of Ghost of Hope, he had this to say over on Twitter today, and I think what he said was pretty interesting. So, Reality UK says, why is it a bunch of random people are popping up out of nowhere, pretending to know shit about Modern Warfare 4? I'm so confused. To which Ghost responded, Activision making fake accounts to skew any and all leaks in a negative light. That way, when someone comes around in the scene with actual real info, nobody will believe them. And that may have actually just happened, by the way, believe it or not. So, in my last COD video, I covered a bunch of the leaks that were coming from Crafty. I mean, pretty much everybody's been talking about this guy's leaks over the past week. Well, wouldn't you know it, today, Crafty is now gone. His entire freaking Twitter has been deleted. You cannot find it. So my question is, did Activision completely nuke this guy's entire existence for leaking that Modern Warfare 4 was not going to be very good?
I'll just leave you guys with that. Ghost of Hope is claiming they're making fake burners of fake leakers to just discredit any leak out there. Are they petty enough to do that? I mean, they're petty enough to take out leakers and send them cease and desist. So, yeah, anything's possible. Me personally, though, guys, I just think it was just, you know, general scumminess, this general scumbagginess of the world in this fucked up decade we live in right now. It's been a fucking pain in the ass, and I didn't intend to take the entire month of April off, but for the first, like, 14 days, essentially, I'm still dealing with YouTube shit. And I'm talking to some friends of mine like, hey, guys, is this concerning to you? Like, showing them that I'm getting spam calls and text messages of weird stuff and potential people trying to hack into the channel and whatnot. So, yeah, the first, like, week or two, I'm not even really on a vacation. I'm dealing with this fucking mess, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. So, essentially, that's why we took just an extra 2 weeks off here because, yeah, I needed an actual vacation. So around mid-April, this stuff kind of ceased, and then now we're back. So yeah, that's the extent of it. And again, guys, I am so sorry if I worried anyone or if people were thinking I'm starting up some ARG, like another ARG channel or whatever. It's none of that. No, this is completely 100% fucking real, and it was a bit worrying to say the least, man. I mean, I love this channel so much, and I love YouTube, and I love doing what I do, but between the burnout and then just the people trying to fuck normal people over out there, it was very stressful, I will say. And guys, that's about it, really. But other than that, I am back on the channel, and like I said, guys, I feel like you're burnt out. I feel like I am burnt out with Call of Duty FPS games in general. I'd like to, even if the views aren't good, I'd really like to just talk to you guys about more like real life topics. I've seen a few channels pop up that are talking about like real life stuff or just stuff that could help out their viewers or whatnot. Like I watched this guy called BizPath on YouTube. He posts old school Modern Warfare 2 gameplay. And like this guy's a financial wizard. He's helped me out a lot. I've watched, I believe his name's Paulie Walnuts. He's got some pretty good takes. He's younger than I am, but like he's got some pretty good real life videos. His stuff's kind of catching on. I'll be real with you. I love helping people out. I've tried to help you out and show you exactly what's going on with Call of Duty and these other FPS games and how they're trying to fuck you over and just sell you sizzle and not steak. And they're not trying to make a good game anymore. They're just trying to get as much money as humanly possible in this capitalist hellhole we are currently in 2026. And I'd really like to cover other topics that go in depth about how things are trying to fuck you over. And especially on the male side of things, like my channel is primarily male. I think it's like 97% male. And there's a lot of stuff that I just like to help you guys out with. I've been researching a lot, reading books, trying to find solutions to problems. It's one thing to make videos calling out the problems with Call of Duty or whatnot, but I've also offered solutions. And if you guys have watched the channel, you can back me up there. I've also offered sensible solutions on how to fix these issues. And it's like I'm just yelling into a void. So why bother? Why don't I try to give you guys solutions? You'll listen. You know, I can help you out, give you solutions, and it's just something I enjoy doing. I don't know if I would have been a good teacher in another life or whatever, but like I like teaching people. I like figuring out how things work. I like getting to the bottom of things. I like seeing what actually is going on and not what people are telling me is going on. You know what I mean? But regardless, guys, that's going to be it for the video. And again, I'm sorry if I scared you. Trust me, it was scary for me too. It's been a shit show for the first half of the month, but we got our vacation in, and You guys who worried, I appreciate it. I really do. But I will always let you guys know what's going on. I'll catch you guys on the next one, though. Have a good one. Peace.